someone says, I'm on 250 milligrams of testosterone per week. I feel great. All my blood work is fine. And my total levels of testosterone are, for example, 1700 nanograms per deciliter. Would that be unhealthy long-term to maintain those rather high levels? And basically, in other words, how would you know that your TRT dose is really too high to be healthy long-term?
This is the TRT and Hormone Optimization YouTube channel. And if you want to learn all about the science-based information on this topic, consider subscribing, hit that notification bell, and you'll be on your way.
Well, but again, by definition, if it's testosterone replacement and you're replacing testosterone, you shouldn't replace it out of the reference range, which I don't think there's a reference range that goes over 1,000 nanograms per deciliter.
Well, there used to be. I guess a few decades ago, all men had way higher levels.
That's what they say, but I don't believe it, because when like my grandfather, for example, that he would fall in that age group, right, of used to be. And when I look at pictures of them, they don't look abnormally muscular or, I've seen a lot of pictures. I think testosterone levels are quite steady throughout. They say, yeah, testosterone used to be 2,000 nanograms per deciliter, maybe for the Neanderthals, that had huge jaws and big hands, but that species died out or got absorbed into modern humans. Honestly, I don't believe it, but there's no blood work to prove it. And I think it's like hearsay from the paleo crowd. Exactly. Yeah, sorry to single you guys out, but no grains and no fruit, but or fruit is okay, but no grains and no rice and that kind of stuff, and that will give you like 2,000 nanograms for this. We don't know. It's just pure speculation, right? It's pure speculation. So to bring it back, I feel that testosterone levels within the reference range within your entire life should be reasonably safe, but that's only one marker out of how many markers we can test. Mm-hmm. All right, I will do blood work tomorrow, and I'll test like 50 markers, and I'll attempt to keep everything close to the reference range. But by increasing your testosterone levels, cholesterol production will go up, and by keeping your testosterone levels high, red blood cell count might go up, and liver enzymes, and it cascades into so many different things, and it also highly depends on what else people are doing, So you can make a black and white. The problem with a lot of the studies nowadays is they make a black and white statement based on one variable, but people don't live according to one variable. They do so many different things, and maybe 1,700 nanograms per deciliter for me will result in very normal lipid levels, right? But maybe for you, your lipids will be twice elevated, because my lipids are usually okay. I know how to manage it. But it's usually my liver enzymes that go a little bit higher. And are those liver enzymes related to training? Because now my testosterone is high, so now I can train higher, and those aminotransferases get into the blood. But the source is not from the liver, but from the muscle cell, right? But my lipid levels stay in the range, but my blood pressure increases. It's so hard to say. Yeah, it's so hard to say. It's so hard to say. There's a reason why these reference ranges are there, because they're based on the average, and the average people without pharmacology. And I've seen maybe 5 or 6 times blood work from people that are in their 40s, and they have like 1,050 nanograms per deciliter of testosterone, natural. Mm-hmm. Natural. Yeah, their sexual binding globulin is always high, so it's all bound. Yeah, it's their sexual binding globulin and their albumin. So it's like a joke of nature. You have high tests, but you don't get to use it for sex drive. Yeah. It's like a cruel joke, right? But that's the highest I've seen. So you increase that with 70%, and long term, I think it's the cascade. I don't think it's the testosterone levels, but it's the cascade of everything that it changes. And look at it this way: if you're an aggressive person, if you're aggressive, right, and you're moody and angry, and if you're on testosterone and you increase your testosterone levels, you might get more moody as well. And that's just a hereditary response. And that might not be healthy for you in the long term either. You get emotional outbursts at work or in your relationship or in traffic. And in that sense, it can be very detrimental to your health also. Yeah. Right. So it's very hard to say. And I honestly, I wish we had the data for it. But at this point in time, it's, yeah, we're all kind of experimenting and discussing about it, and fingers crossed we will all turn out healthy. But time will tell. It's, you know, honestly, like with everything that I'm doing, and I feel with the information I have right now that I can keep myself as healthy as possible using steroids at reasonably higher dosages, or double or triple the reference range. I'm 36 now, almost 37. But let's see in 30 years. I don't know in 30 years if that knowledge that I have right now will be sufficient to keep myself healthy. And you and me and a lot of people in the TRT and bodybuilding community have a lot of knowledge, but it's all based on the knowledge of today.
Yeah.
And so we're limited, you know, in that sense, with all the knowledge that's available. And so maybe 30 years from now, when that information and the studies have increased, we'll know more, and we'll know if what we're doing right now is either correct or incorrect. Yeah. So, but I think you and me, we try to take as preventative approach as we can. And I'm sure a lot of your followers do as well. You try to be as preventative as possible. Yeah, so fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Yeah, I wish
I always want to take it a step further. I feel great, I feel optimized, but maybe I'll feel even better with higher dose, and I'll be more muscular, higher dose, and still.
Yeah, so yes, I totally understand. And I've gone up to 2,000 milligrams of testosterone per week. Yeah, it's 10 times the TRT dose, right? But I did my blood work, and my blood work was okay. But blood work isn't everything. Because, like I said, with my small heart enlargement, it doesn't show up on the blood work. It doesn't. Yeah. So I need to do you know, echocardiograms and ultrasounds and all my organs just to see the rate of growth and progression. So you can do your blood work, but if you don't really check everything, you don't really know. And then even then, if everything comes back fine, you know, you only need one health mistake to make it wrong. And it's the same with driving. You know, you can drive, and when you drive faster, you get to your destination faster, right? You arrive earlier. You get better results in your case of transportation. All right, now the faster you drive, the faster you get there. But the faster you drive, the more risks you're taking on the road. And at one point, there is a point of diminishing return where you drive even faster, you increase your own mortality rate. And that's bodybuilding, where a little bit more is going to result in very little, you know, just a milligram more is not going to result in more gains, but it's going to result in more death. Now, for the TRT crowd, you don't really have to worry about that. It's, you know, but for bodybuilding, we definitely have to worry about it, because, you know, at one point, more is better, more is more beneficial, more is stronger and faster, etc. And then a little bit more is death. Yeah, so it's the same with driving. You know, I can drive 300 kilometers per hour, but I might not arrive. Right? So it's so hard to predict, and I honestly wish we had the answers. But I think precaution is just, you know, and like you go from 100 milligrams testosterone to 125 milligrams testosterone. I don't think that's an issue. But you go from 500 to 2,000 or maybe 5,000 milligrams, which is not unheard of in bodybuilding. Yeah. Oh, you'll be surprised. This will no longer be a TRT channel.
No. No experience, no interest. So
no, right. I can't recommend it either. But it's, you know, that's bodybuilding for trophies. You know, so yeah. It's way out there. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Steve.
Sure, happy to help.
And now go watch one of these videos to learn a ton more about TRT and hormone optimization.